So my name's Nick Wright. I'm the welding instructor at NCTA. I've been here for about 6 years. It's by far the best job I've ever had. I really enjoy showing and being able to be an example of a high school path that isn't typical, that explores a career rather than a bunch of concepts. And because we have longer classes, it's really nice. We get to be able to get into more in-depth content and gives the students a lot more opportunity to do hands-on work.
Oh man, it's a long class and it's right in the morning too. I have to wake up extra early for this. It's a 30-minute commute for me and it's worth every second of it. I wake up genuinely excited for this class. So I chose this program because it's integrated super well into my high school. I'm not missing out on many classes. I'm not missing out on the high school experience either, while still getting a lot of certifications and training, that I would be at Running Start. It's great. It's also free, which is really nice.
I really like the freedom we have and the choice of what we do in the shop. We do have set rules, like we have safety procedures and like what to do, and we have projects, but he gives us a lot of time to figure out like how we're doing it. He doesn't really just stand there watching over our shoulder. He lets us figure it out on our own, which I really appreciate. And the classwork isn't, I don't want to say it's not hard, because it is. It's intense classwork, but it's better suited for our class, I feel. It's just a really solid class for the work that we do and helping train us for going into our careers.
The one commonality is that everybody likes to use their hands and doesn't necessarily like to spend their classroom time in a book. We work for about 60% shop time, which is typically about 2 hours a day of welding, fabrications, cutting, and working on blueprints.
No, the shop is very, very specifically, or it revolves a lot around welding. It's pretty well equipped for what we have, for what we want to get done.
Yeah, it is a really impressive shop. It's the first shop I've ever been in, and yeah, it blew my socks off when I came in for the first time. All the equipment's really well maintained. Nobody really treats the equipment badly. We're all pretty good about checking each other up and making sure we clean the shop after we're done and nobody's mistreating the equipment. And yeah, the shop's really cool though.
What appeals to a lot of students is, like I said, it's not the typical high school experience. We do things very differently here. We do math, but in a way that maybe it's never been approached in 10 years of being in a high school setting. We do a lot of physical science, but it's actually physical. We touch and manipulate the objects. We see the metals. We see what heat does to the metals. It's not a head and book kind of scenario.
He's awesome. He really does make this place, I don't want to sound too cliche here, but he does make this place feel, more like a community, like a family setting more than anything else. It's a lot of, joking around and playing around in the most productive way possible. He instructs in such a way so that you're learning a lot about the actual science behind the metallurgy and that sort of thing before you get into the shop. So that when you're welding, you don't just, you're not just like looking at the surface, you actually know what's going on behind the metalwork, which is really fantastic. It really helps out.
I love Mr. Wright. Honestly, one of my favorite teachers I've ever had. Just his class has been one of my best classes throughout my high school career. He's a really, really solid dude.
He does a very, very good job of making this class something that kids get excited about, something I want to come to.
I hope to go to school. Again, I hope to continue welding and find a career in welding, doing something, working in a shop, manufacturing, or pipe fitting out in the field. But yeah, I want to go to college and get my certifications for sure, so I can further push myself. Definitely manufacturing with welding or pipe fitting.
So I'm still deciding between if I want to go to school and get my certifications or if I want to go straight into the industry. I'm hoping to be in the industry for 10, 15 years, use that to build up a large savings, get into real estate. But this is setting me up really, really well. I'm getting tons of information about different job opportunities. As we have in there right now, there's somebody talking about what we can do for her company and et cetera. So yeah, it's pretty cool. He's showing us a wide variety of opportunities for us. So it's honestly pretty hard making the choice because he gives us so many.
Students definitely need to apply early. Every year, our waiting list gets bigger and bigger. So applying as soon as possible is really key to getting in.